If you have a cat, there's a good chance you're using clay litter right now. Clay cat litter is the most popular cat litter in the world, and millions of cat families use it every day. It has some major advantages, but it also has some downsides that many cat owners don't realize until they lived with it for years. I am the Cat Butler, and these are my two ragdoll cats, Teemo and Arya. We used clay cat litter when my cats were young, so I have experienced it firsthand. In this video, I'll walk you through the pros and cons of clay cat litter, and by the end of this video, you'll know whether clay litter is the right fit for you and your cat. The first pro of clay litter is that it's cheap. Clay litter is affordable because the raw material bentonite clay is abundant and relatively inexpensive to mine. Once it's mined, it is processed and packaged before being sold. In comparison, many plant-based litters are made from ingredients such as peas, corn, or wheat. Not only are these raw ingredients generally more expensive than clay, these materials first need to be grown or sourced, then harvested and processed into cat litter, which generally involves more production steps and higher material costs. As a result, plant-based litters are typically more expensive than clay litter. One of the biggest cons of clay cat litter is the dust. Every time you pour or scoop the litter, fine dust is released into the air. This can be a health concern for both you and your cat. This is especially important for allergy-sensitive homes. Litter dust is a major trigger for asthma, allergies, and respiratory irritation in both cats and humans. Clay litter contains crystalline silica, and inhaling high concentrations of crystalline silica over many years can cause silicosis, an incurable disease that permanently scars the lungs and reduces their ability to function. Silicosis is most commonly seen in workers with heavy occupational exposure, such as those in mining, construction, and stone cutting. There have been documented cases of workers developing severe lung disease and even dying prematurely from silicosis after years of exposure. I'll link some articles in the description below if you'd like to learn more. While cat owners are not exposed to the same levels as these workers, every time you pour or scoop clay litter, you and your cat are still breathing in some of that dust. Your cat may be affected even more because they're much closer to the litter box and spend time digging and burying their waste. When we use clay litter, Teemo and Arya would frequently cough. Our vet mentioned that the dusty litter could be contributing to their coughing. After we switched to a plant-based litter, the coughing stopped and never came back. Because of that experience, I intentionally kept Teemo and Arya out of most of this video because I didn't want them breathing in the clay litter dust. Personally, I also find clay litter irritating to breathe around. For this video, I wore an N95 mask while pouring and scooping the litter because I can't handle the dust and have trouble breathing. If you have asthma, allergies, or other respiratory sensitivities, it's something worth considering when choosing a cat litter. Another pro is clay litter's ability to form strong, scoopable clumps, making daily cleaning quick and convenient. Instead of replacing the entire litter box, you can simply remove the clumped waste while leaving the clean litter behind. Clay litter forms strong clumps because it is typically made from sodium bentonite, a natural clay that can absorb large amounts of water. When your cat urinates, the clay particles soak up the moisture, expand, and lock together to form a firm, solid clump. This strong clump is a pro, but it can be a health risk as well. Because of its strong, concrete-like clumps, it can also become dangerous if a cat swallows enough of it. Kittens are at the greatest risk because they are naturally curious and are more likely to lick or eat litter while exploring. Once ingested, the clay can absorb liquid in the digestive tract and clump together, potentially contributing to an intestinal blockage. Here are several x-rays that show kittens with severe intestinal blockages caused by eating clay litter. Unfortunately, these cases were fatal. Because of this risk, many clay litter manufacturers recommend not using clay litter when you have a kitten. Another downside of clay litter is that it tends to track around the house. Clay litter is made of small, lightweight granules that can easily become trapped between your cat's paws. As your cat walks away from the litter box, these particles are carried onto floors, carpets, furniture, and even beds. Homes with long-haired cats often experience even more tracking because litter can become caught in the fur between their toes. Tracking is one of the most common complaints among clay litter users and usually requires more frequent sweeping or vacuuming. If you're a very clean person, clay litter may not be the best choice for you. Another con is that clay litter is heavy. Clay is a dense mineral, so even a single box can weigh 20 pounds or more. Carrying the litter box around the house can be a chore. This can be especially challenging for older adults or people with disabilities, who may find repeatedly lifting heavy bags difficult or even unsafe. If you want a litter that's lightweight and easy to handle, clay litter may not be the best choice. Clay litter by itself generally does not have good odor control. This is why many clay litter brands add ingredients such as activated carbon, baking soda, ammonia neutralizing agents, or artificial fragrances to improve odor control. Some of these ingredients, like artificial fragrances, can have downsides. Cats have an extremely sensitive sense of smell, estimated to be many times more sensitive than ours, so a fragrance that smells mild to us may be much stronger to them. Some cats are bothered by heavily scented litters, and in some cases, strong fragrances may even discourage them from using the litter box. If your cat is sensitive to scents, an unscented litter is often a better choice. Unlike many plant-based litters, clay litter is not a renewable resource. Clay litter is made from bentonite clay, which is obtained through strip mining. This process removes large areas of soil and vegetation to access the clay below, permanently altering the landscape and disrupting local ecosystems. After it has been used, clay litter is also not biodegradable. It is typically thrown into the trash and ends up in the landfill, where it can remain for many years without breaking down. From extraction to disposal, clay litter has a significantly larger environmental footprint than many plant-based alternatives. These are the pros and cons of clay litter. I hope this video helped you decide whether this litter is a right fit for you and your cat. Like many cat owners, I use clay litter, but after Teemo and Arya started coughing, our veterinarian suggested the dust could be contributing to it, so I began searching for a healthier alternative. I wanted a litter that kept the benefits of clay, like strong clumping, while eliminating many of the drawbacks such as dust, tracking, and heavy bags. When I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for, I decided to create my own, a pea-based cat litter. It's the litter Teemo and Arya use every day. I won't go into all the details here, but if you're curious about it, I made a separate video explaining how it works and why I chose pea fiber. I'll link that video along with the litter itself in the description below.